We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And a short kick taken at about the 16. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Cousins. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
20. 8.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Dancing to his left. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line. Good.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Gibson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Cam goes out wide quickly. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your...
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They fake the give. Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Newton now to throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Newton on first down. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Complete. Jefferson the target. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Throwing again on second down. Cousins. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Play action now. Cousins. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Play fake. Cousins. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
20. Once more, Gibson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
They'll run with Gibson. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Straight ahead, Gibson. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 8. In motion goes the tight end. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll run with Gibson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Final play of the half, Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
20. 8.
Newton now to throw. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down. Here's Gibson on the read option. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
20. 20. 8.
Here's Newton. And he will find his man, Samuel. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Newton. Out left to Dotson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. to the ground with Gibson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Gibson again. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
The gain of 9 brings up 2nd and a yard at the Vikings 10-yard line.
A give up the middle to Gibson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Go. 20.
Again, Newton to keep it. And he will slide down with a good gain. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a first down on the keeper. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's right.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off play action, Newton. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A give running right, Gibson. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Cook. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll go again with Gibson. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On the counter, Gibson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Stop behind the line made by the safety that time, Lewis Seed.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's a give to Gibson. And some room to maneuver. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And they will take a knee here. So a victory here for the Commanders.
And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
So for the Commanders,
the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.